I'm John Scott. Coming up in Hour 2 of the Green 960 Progressive News.
A lot of these issues that they've faced over the last 30, 40 years are what the rest of the world will face in the next century.
The nation of Israel. Can being green change minds about politics? Jonathan Carey on the greening of Israel and the polishing of a country's image. It's coming up next. I'm John Scott. This is the Progressive News on Green 960. San Francisco will see the green face of Israel soon on posters. Blue Star PR, a public relations firm based in the city, has plastered the downtown area with posters declaring who makes the greenest energy? Israel. Founder Jonathan Carey says this marks the start of a new ad campaign for his 4-year-old firm, which promotes Israel in a city that's not always friendly to the Jewish state. He joins us tonight on the phone in San Francisco. Welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you.
So Blue Star PR's got a big job ahead of them, huh? Tell us about what you're doing.
Well, we're showing the world what Israel's doing in terms of the environment because it is a big job. It's a generational challenge, I believe. And what we're showing is really what Israel's doing in terms of not only biofuel, which is the current campaign, in terms of taking algae and turning it into biofuel that you can actually drink as well as put in your car, but doing it in terms of solar power, water technology saving the environment, preparing for disasters and reacting fast, really all sorts of issues that are affecting us today because of how we've really messed up the environment over the last few decades.
Right. So the goal of the campaign for your client is to promote...
Well, we're a nonprofit.
You're a nonprofit.
So we don't have a client. Our goal is to show our neighbors positive images of Israel to counter widespread negative stereotypes. Most people just think of Israel as a place of conflict. Our goal is to show that Israel is much more than that and is actually a great partner in saving the world.
Mm-hmm. Your company feels that there are many good things to say about the country and its people, and
Absolutely.
It's not just about the 2,000-year-old fight.
Well, look, I have to say that most people on the planet, whether they're progressive or wherever they are, want the world to be a better place for themselves and their children. So this comes out of, I believe, a social conscience, and they believe that feeling this way will help the Palestinians overcome their desperate plight. But also, I believe that there's a little element of fear that really we're beholden to the oil-producing countries,
mm-hmm.
and that we're really not free. And when I say we in the Western world, who are the consumers of the oil, aren't free really to strongly criticize Saudi Arabia for punishing women, victims of rape, for talking out about how they treat gays in many countries over there. Really, because we're beholden to them because of the oil, and so we have to silence ourselves against our own values. Which I think what Israel's doing is turning this around because look, they don't have oil. They've been boycotted by the Arab countries in the oil-producing countries, and so they've had to go around and for decades Israelis have looked for other ways to use the environment to their benefit because they don't have the oil.
Mm-hmm.
So 75% of homes in Israel have solar water heating, 75%. And the country itself understands that a lot of these issues that they've faced over the last 30, 40 years are what the rest of the world will face in the next century.
Of course.
And so their goal is to share this technology with the world because it really they've learned so much and they have great technology and they want to share it. And it's good business too, and it's good for the planet.
Jonathan Carey is with Blue Star PR. You may see some posters around San Francisco promoting Israel as one of the greenest countries around. Now, Jonathan, I learned that Israeli solar power plants that are right now working in Southern California produce some 90% of all of the world's solar power, thermal power?
It's what it is. It's a direct replacement. Here's a great example. There was a coal-powered plant down there generating electricity for all of us here in California, and it was replaced by a solar thermal power plant, which really is a bunch of mirrors that heat up fluid that turns to steam and turns the turbine to generate electricity. And they just reconnected it right back to the existing power lines, and we get power now from the sun. And PG&E actually retained the Israeli company Solel to produce a much larger plant that's going to increase our renewable energy portion in California to 18%. So that's 1 out of 5 homes can be powered by the sun in California. That's only 3 years away.
Is the solar water heating, is that where water is pumped up to those big black tanks on the roof and the power of the sun?
And that's an age-old technology. I mean, anyone who's ever used a garden hose in the summer understands that technology. The garden hose gets warmed up by the sun and it produces hot water. And it's just that Israelis have been using this for decades on their roofs. You
know what? I'm watching a cable news channel right now, Jonathan, as we're speaking, and there's an ad for clean coal, the future of energy.
Right.
Hey, I don't think they're on the same page as we are.
I don't think so either. I mean, I think it's hard to beat the sun for clean.
It's pretty hard to beat the sun. So how long will the posters stay up? How long is the campaign scheduled to last?
Well, this particular poster will be up during the whole month of December in 16 locations all over San Francisco and popular shopping areas around Union Square and 16th and Mission, Justin Herman Plaza.
What keyword would you type in on YouTube to find the videos?
If you look for Blue Star PR on YouTube, you can search for our videos. We have one on the Ethiopian Jews, how they were rescued in Operation Solomon. And all of our posters are available for free by download from our site at bluestarpr.org.
bluestarpr.org. Jonathan Carey is with Blue Star. It was nice to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, John.